Giselle Fong, Mia Campbell,
Okay, and I declare the public hearing closed. Go ahead.
Giselle Fong, Mia Campbell, Kenny Knobloch, Jada Cockett, Don Velez, David Anderson, Maria Pendelosa, Johanna Rodriguez. Yeah, you ready to start?
Good afternoon, board members. My name is Dr. Giselle Fong. I am a New City School parent and board member. When Long Beach Unified voted to deny New City's charter, so many of our families were deeply disappointed. But also, Long Beach Unified indictment of our program was almost a crisis of faith. How could a school that we know to be so important and so effective to the growth of our children and so vital to our community be so bad? The short answer here is that Long Beach Unified was wrong in their decision, and as time goes on, they stand isolated in their negative opinion. The majority of the Long Beach City Council supports New City School. Councilwoman Lena Gonzalez says that, quote, she has the utmost confidence in the school's new leadership to continue to push forward the school towards excellence. Senate President Pro Tem Kevin De Leon stands with New City. We have bipartisan support from the Senate Minority Leader and Assembly Minority Leader. And the majority of the Legislative Black Caucus stands with New City. Assemblymember Dr. Shirley Weber, former school trustee, board president, and college professor with a lifelong commitment to public education and current chair of the Assembly Budget Committee, says, multilingual education is critical in our increasingly globalized economy. Assemblymember Ridley Thomas recognizes New City as an expansion of educational equity to disadvantaged students. We are heavily supported by the Legislative Latino Caucus, including Chair of Assembly Higher Education, Jose Medina. Assemblymember Hernandez highlights concerns about limited availability in dual immersion programs. Along these same lines, Assemblymember Garcia notes that 66% of employers would prefer a bilingual employee over a monolingual English speaker. However, less than 2% of California's schools offer bilingual education. Across the aisle, Assemblymember Travis Allen underscores the importance of respecting local parents' voices. We in the New City can I just finish my last
sentence?
We in the New City community are validated by the confidence in our school by civic stakeholders from every level of government. And so it is true, what we as parents, mothers, students already knew, that our school is worth its weight in gold, has already been validated. We implore you to consider the data and respect the deeply held and considerable view of this community, parents, and political leaders that support the school. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Mia Campbell. When I started at New City School, I was very shy. I could never have spoken like this today, and I feel confident that my voice matters. Mi nombre es Mia Campbell y estoy en el sexto grado en la escuela New City. Over the last 7 years, I have seen how much the teachers and counselors have supported the needs of students like myself. The New City has developed my own perspectives of the young, kind, and expressive girl that I am. They have allowed me to develop my own ideas and have supported me in making them happen. For example, this past year, my friends and I decided to create the New City Spirit Squad. Our new squad was created to spread joy in our school and at special events like our spring dance show. Another great quality about my school is that they are inspiring us to be long-term learners and be bilingual as well. This is important to me because my father is from Costa Rica and my mom is from California. By studying Spanish and becoming bilingual, I am able to speak Spanish to my dad and feel more connected to his culture. I've been at New City since kindergarten, and it's been like a second home to me. The school has inspired me to pursue my own ideas and supported me to seek my leadership qualities. I am a sensitive and passionate person, and the school has nurtured those talents that are special to me because please support my wonderful school.
Hola, board members. Mi nombre es Kenneth, pero todos me conocen como Kenny. Yo tengo 1 millón de amigos en la New City. I'm in 4th grade and really enjoy reading and math. I want to share with you the top 3 reasons why I love my school, New City. The best thing about my school is that I can learn and play with friends from all over the city. I have friends from all races, African American, Latino, Asian. And we all get along together because we come to our school to learn, share, and play. The second best thing about our school is that we begin our day by singing with our coro teachers, Gabby and Roberto. This helps everybody wake up and be ready to learn. The third best thing is this awesome thing called mental math. Mental math is when my teacher writes down a problem on the board and we can try to figure out the answer alone or with the help of our partners. My school is a really, really great school. I'd be sad if it was not here next year. The way our teachers teach and we learn is working. Please keep our school open. Y viva New City!
Hello. Hello, my name is Jada Cockett. I am a 6th grader at the New City School. I wrote a short letter to my younger brother Kingston, who is only 5 years old. I wrote to let him know how much I like my school and how much he will love it when he enrolls here next year. Here's what my letter says. Dear Kingston, you are going to love New City School. You know how I know? Because I love going to school every day. I especially like my math and science classes. In math, we learn more word problems and games and play math games. This way, we get to see more details of how things really work. I think this is better because I can talk to my friends about how we solve the problem instead of just reading out the answers. You're also going to love our awesome Science and Makers Fair. A Makers Fair is a special presentation that we give to our classmates about things that we make with our hands. Like last year, I made my own lip balm. Pero lo mejor de mi escuela es que puedo aprender en español. This lets me talk to a lot more people. Remember how Mom says she wants us to learn and speak Spanish? Well, maybe now Mom has to learn Spanish too, because then she will understand when you and I speak Spanish. I can't wait for you to start school with me. We are going to have so much fun. But first, we have to make sure that our school stays open. I'm crossing my fingers, hoping that we get our charter. You deserve the same opportunities that I had. Te quiero mucho, tu hermana Jada.
Hello, board members. My name is Dawn Velez, a parent of an 8th grader, Dante, and a going to be 1st grader, Micah. I am also an educator in child development for the past 19 years, receiving my master's in human development. So when I made a choice to go to New City, it was a very conscientious choice because I wanted my children to be critical thinkers, and I wanted them to be collaborative, which I did not see in other schools. My 6-year-old is sad when there's no school, and he talks about his teachers any chance he can get. The most impressive part of his student-led conference wasn't even the fact that he was almost at a 2nd grade level of reading in kindergarten, but it was that his teachers knew him. They knew how to talk to him. They knew what he struggled with socially and emotionally and could speak to the growth that he achieved that year in all aspects. I have a story that symbolizes the New City's mission regarding community building over competition. My older son, he ran the LA Marathon at age 12 with the New Cities running program. At the 26th mile mark, when he could eye the finish line, he saw one friend in front of him and one friend behind him. And he had a choice. He considered running to catch up in the adrenaline of it all, but when he looked behind him, the other friend was hurting. And he chose to wait for that friend and cross the finish line. All 10 of the 7th and 8th graders and 5th grade 5 parents who ran the marathon that day crossed the finish line because they look out for each other, and rather than merely competing to be the best. In the real world, we ask for help and we work together. We discover our strengths and we give to the community, and that's what our school does. Our model is working, and I please support New City's mission and renew our charter. Thank you so much.
My name is David Anderson, a parent at New City, and I'm going to give my minute to Shayna Napier.
Good afternoon, board members and staff. My name is Sheena Napier, and I'm here as a parent and proud supporter of the New City School. The decision that you're about to take will have an incredible impact on the life of my daughter and her peers. This decision will also have a huge impact on my life as a parent and has the potential to destroy everything that I have worked for so hard. The woman you see here today had a broken childhood. I was abandoned by my mother and father at birth, given to my grandmother. I am one of 9 children from my mother and father's side. Growing up and going to our local public schools was a difficult experience. I was often bullied, tormented by the other kids who knew where I came from. I felt ashamed and angry at my parents for not defending me or not celebrating my successes. I remember telling my dad that I didn't like him walking me to school because I would be made fun of. I wanted him to take me, but hated that others only seen him as a man with an addiction. He was my father, and I still loved him, but it hurted me deeply. Middle and high school were not that much better. Race riots between Mexicans and African American students happened on a weekly. We were constantly under shutdown mode. I never felt safe. It was during high school that I became pregnant and was offered the opportunity to start over. My daughter Genesis was born November 29, 2005, and it was the proudest moment of my life. I made it my duty to provide her with the love and happiness that no other person besides my granny gave to me. Genesis and I came to New City School in 2010 when we enrolled her in kindergarten. The school immediately welcomed us with open arms and made us feel truly important. The teachers, parents, and staff members became our family and also our support system. I also find myself growing as a mother. The bilingual education that Genesis is receiving is important because it let her know that she don't have to be afraid of other cultures or races. Our stories of where we come from are valuable. We should never run from them. There is no shame in them. I have learned so much about myself through caring for my daughter. Your vote today could easily erase that I have worked so hard to create. I have created the support, loving, and safe environment for Genesis. She deserves to have the education and happy childhood I never had because she learns as I heal. Muchas gracias.
Hello, board members. My name is Maria Peñalosa, and I'm the proud parent of 3 students here at the New City School. And my intent here is to tell you how the school has transformed our neighborhoods for the good, both by fostering positive race relationships and through their innovative programming. You know, our neighborhoods are dealing with an increased violence between Latinos and African Americans. Since these acts of violence have reached an all-time high over the last few weeks, we have had multiple shootings that have killed many young people, including one of our own. 2 weeks ago, 21-year-old Alicia was taken for us in a senseless act of violence. This type of violence haunts our neighborhood. The school has been a safe haven for our kids and our entire community. That certainly wasn't true for my experience growing up. As a first-generation immigrant, my schooling experience was different than that of my children's. My elementary and middle school years were isolated, dark years full of bullying and sexual abuse. Feeling a great deal of cultural barriers, I tried to defend myself because my parents were limited in advocating for me. They couldn't speak English that well. My high school years weren't that much different, but what I know saved my life was music. I learned how to play the violin, and my music teacher provided really the only supportive environment. Miraculously, I graduated high school and went on to college with the other 10% of the students from my neighborhood. The other 90% of my classmates did not, and I believe it was because they never felt supported by anybody. Why did I make it? Well, music and my strong support network. Studies have shown that music heals. Songs are a direct reflection of our emotions, our trials, experiences, and they are cathartic. New City School starts each day singing songs in Spanish and offers them guitar, piano, and violin lessons. That is healing. New City is a model for the world. Our model is working. Please renew our charter.
While the next speakers come up, can we have Neftali Gutierrez, Ernesto, Eric Premack, James Suarez, Chris Lund, Suthi Alawalia, Sheena Napier, and Michelle Lowe.
Good Good afternoon. My name is Joanna Nunez. I've been teaching at the New City School for 5 years. I fell in love with the school during my student teaching assignment. The school's family-like environment and its appreciation for collaboration over competition opened my eyes to the type of teacher I knew the world needed me to be. When you walk into my classroom, you see children that are in charge of their own learning. Let me share with you a story of one of my students. He walked into my classroom and went straight to the back because he knew that his math skills were weak. His curiosity and the environment in my classroom allowed him to grow into a mathematical thinker. After a few months, he began to show interest in the problem of the day. His curiosity took over and he began to work with his math partner. Then he proceeded to calculate math problems in a way that made sense to him. By the end of the year, he was independently completing each and every problem of the day. I am positive that his curiosity and discipline helped him develop his own ideas. He learned through his own thinking, and therefore he demonstrated growth. My students are free to express their ideas. They are encouraged to argue respectfully, share their strategies, and reflect on their efficiency. I plan my instruction based on the data I collect through informal and formal assessments. Every class allows each student to grow at the level he or she needs. Whether it's a challenge that is needed or intense support, all of the students in my classroom receive what they need. I am very excited about CGI, Cognitively Guided Instruction, the math program that my school will be bringing in to help strengthen our current math program. In fact, I'm so excited that I've already started incorporating ideas from the CGI program to my classroom this year. My students are now explaining their steps and their answers after completing the problem of the day. This summer, we are preparing for intense professional development sessions. During this time, we will learn about new programs and methods that will increase the student learning in our classrooms. I personally enjoy our summer professional development because it gives me a deeper understanding of how my students learn. Keep my teaching methods updated and learn by collaborating with my peers. Our professional development continues throughout the year, and I am looking forward to the 16 sessions that are planned for this upcoming school year. I am only one of 18 teachers that pour their heart into the learning of our students each and every day. It is our job to support our students' education and future. Today, I ask you to do the same. Allow our students to continue learning in their school.
Hello, my name is Neftali Gutierrez. For the last year, I have been the counselor at New City School. The New City School prepares students to have access and success in higher education by providing an educational program that is rigorous and teaches them to be critical thinkers. The dual language model satisfies the language other than English A through G requirement for all of our middle school students, as verified by the University of California Office of the President. High school and college planning courses ensure that each of our middle school students have one-on-one counseling and support in applying to competitive A through G high school programs. 91% of our 8th graders were accepted into one or more of these programs this year. Through the community presentations, our students learn to translate information from their courses into comprehensive presentations, sharpening their public speaking skills. Partnerships with college programs such as those at UCLA and USC, combined with courses in self-esteem, goal setting, provide a unique setting where they learn the unspoken skills needed to be successful at every and any university. The New City School partners with various mental health agencies to help our students face the challenges that come with living in the inner city, supporting their social, emotional, and behavioral growth. The positive behavioral intervention system empowers our students to become problem solvers and keeps them focused on their academics. This approach has helped New City School keep its suspension rates low, and this year we had a 3% drop in suspensions. New City School provides the students of Long Beach with an amazing opportunity to start meeting college requirements at the middle school level, making them competitive college applicants, and helps them overcome the challenges that they face in their community. We ask you to keep these opportunities available to them and renew our charter.
Hello. Can you hear me well?
Yes.
Okay, good. Good afternoon, board members. My name is Ernesto Rocha, and I'm a community organizer representing over 30 community organizations that advocate for hundreds of residents, workers, and students in the city of Long Beach, all which have endorsed the New City School for their extraordinary contributions to their school families and surrounding communities. And here's the pledge here. The New City School is a pillar institution in the community. Over the last 15 years, the New City School has transformed the neighborhoods of central and downtown Long Beach into more vibrant and safe communities for all of its residents. With a staggering poverty and unemployment rate of 19%, families in these districts are disproportionately affected by violence, poor housing conditions, pollution, and are the most vulnerable population in the whole city, having limited access to dynamic educational opportunities. Even with this heavy lift, the school has never distanced itself from the community that it serves. Rather, it has embraced, nurtured, and empowered its families to fight for social change. They have partnered with groups like the Coalition to End Wage Theft, the Filipino Migrant Center, Building Healthy Communities Long Beach, and their local councilwoman, Lina Gonzalez, to host community hearings on wage theft and good jobs. They have welcomed their neighbors to participate in biweekly farm days to cultivate the land at the New City Farm, where they can plant and grow organic vegetables and fruits, and have hosted countless workshops on health, parenting, and immigration. But what I would argue is their most important accomplishment is that they have fostered a safe, nurturing environment for everyone, which may consider it their second home. Every weekday morning, you can expect a line of parents, guardians, titas, nanas, abuelos, comadres make their way to drop off the kids, and with a smile and a simple buenos dias. I stand firmly behind the New City, and our pledge here states that we look forward to continue working with them as we strive to create a more equitable Long Beach for all of its residents. Thank you for your attention, and we strongly urge to renew their charter.